Coronation Street confirms violence story as Theo's dark past is exposed. The cobbles have been rocked this night as Coronation Street peeled returned some other layer of Theo Silverton's complex beyond and what got here to mild ought to spell catastrophe for his already fragile courting with Todd Grimshaw. For weeks now, Theo has been seeking to rebuild his existence after the crumble of his marriage to Danielle. Following the fact approximately his sexuality coming to the surface. Years of denial, of pushing down who he sincerely became, got here crashing down while he met Todd and determined himself falling hard. But considering the fact that then, existence has been something however straightforward. Theo's romance with Todd has already weathered its percentage of storms. Now no longer least the advent of Noah, the very guy who subjected Theo to merciless conversion remedy with Inside the Beyond. In a twist of the knife, Noah started out relationship Danielle. A reality Todd discovered over a anxious own circle of relatives dinner. The nighttime spiraled fast. A row among Todd and Theo's son Miles escalated. Theo attempted to intervene, and with inside the chaos he by chance punched his very own child. That 1 second became sufficient for Danielle to reduce off touch among Theo and his children, leaving him broken. In this night's episode, Theo became getting ready for a vital assembly with a social employee, a threat to speak about his involvement in Miles and Millie's lives. But while the social employee arrived in advance of schedule, Theo became pressured to sprint domestic from the precinct, handiest to stumble into but greater trouble. A drunken Audie Allahan became slumped in opposition to Gary Windos's van. And as Theo attempted to transport him on, Audie fell and hit his head. It became an accident. However, Dev, fiercely protecting of his son, jumped to the worst conclusion, accusing Theo of attacking Audie. The state of affairs escalated fast, and earlier than Theo ought to explain, police arrived to impeach him approximately the alleged assault. Across the street, Billy Mayhew noticed the arrest and moved quickly to inform Todd, who became mid-assembly with the social employee, seeking to gloss over Theo's latest dramas. When Billy blurted out that Theo had been taken away, the social employee lightly said that they had to test the incident wasn't violent like earlier than. Those phrases dispatched Todd and Billy directly to the internet, wherein they fast exposed a damning article. Years ago, Theo had been arrested after a violent altercation at a eating place regarding Danielle. The record claimed he'd misplaced his mood and thrown a tumbler, a flash of aggression that left Todd deeply unsettled. When Theo again domestic, Todd and Billy faced him. Theo insisted the incident became a misunderstanding. A person had verbally faced Danielle over queue jumping. And in a second of rage, Theo reacted, "The prices have been dropped." However, the harm to his popularity and to Todd's accept as true it became already done. Later, alleviation got here while Gary sponsored up Theo's account of the Audie incident, clearing him of any wrongdoing. Theo became all smiles on the Rovers, shopping for liquids to celebrate, or even invited Billy to enroll in them. But below the surface, a flicker of inflammation remained. Theo truly wasn't satisfied approximately Billy's interference in his courting. So, has Theo sincerely changed, or does he nevertheless have a violent streak ready to resurface? Todd can be satisfied with the aid of using his partner's factors for now. However, in Weatherfield, the Beyond has an uncongenial addiction of repeating itself. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.